Long ago, in the heart of a mystical forest known as Silvathor, there was a kingdom ruled by the Praying Mantis people. The Mantis Kingdom was not like any other. They were known for their incredible speed, agility, and razor-sharp precision, abilities they had inherited from their revered ancestors. These insect warriors were skilled in combat, artistry, and diplomacy, and their emerald wings shimmered in the light of the sun. The ruler of this kingdom was Princess Veloria, a young and brave mantis who possessed the wisdom of her elders and the strength of her lineage. With a tall, slender figure and her beautiful wings adorned with golden patterns, she was a sight to behold. She was loved by all her subjects, from the humble workers to the noble warriors. But despite her grace and poise, Princess Veloria carried the weight of her kingdom's future on her delicate shoulders. Her father, King Orin, had fallen ill many years ago, and his condition only worsened over time. The royal court, once a place of peace and joy, had become a shadow of its former self. As the years passed, Veloria's father became more frail and his mind began to falter. A power-hungry counselor named Pyrrol, who was once a close confidant of the king, began to rise in prominence. He manipulated the situation, gaining control over the kingdom's military and economic affairs while Veloria's father was too weak to stop him. Pyrrol's true nature, however, was a sinister one, hidden beneath layers of charm and false loyalty. His greed and ambition made him a dangerous man, and his corruption spread throughout the kingdom like a poison. When King Orin passed away, the kingdom was thrown into turmoil. Pyrrol, seizing the opportunity, declared himself the ruler of the kingdom, claiming that Veloria was too young and inexperienced to govern. He called her a princess without purpose and promised the people that he would lead them to new heights, though he secretly had no intention of doing so. Under Pyrrol's rule, the once thriving kingdom began to fall apart. The rich forests that had sustained the people with their bounty began to wither. The warriors were sent on fruitless campaigns, and the people suffered under Pyrrol's harsh taxes and oppressive laws. Veloria, however, was not the kind of princess who would surrender her kingdom without a fight. She went into hiding, keeping her true identity concealed, and sought refuge with a group of exiled rebels known as the Winged Vengeance. These rebels were a mix of different species, ants, beetles, and even moths. They had all suffered under Pyrrol's tyrannical rule, and they believed in Veloria's rightful place as the true ruler of the kingdom. The leader of the Winged Vengeance, a fearless beetle named Rook, took Veloria under his wing. With Rook's help, Veloria began to hone her skills in stealth, strategy, and leadership. She trained in the art of combat, learning to fight with her sharp forelegs and using her natural agility to her advantage. But more importantly, Veloria learned how to inspire the people once more. After many months of training, Veloria was ready. She gathered her loyal followers and launched a daring campaign to reclaim her kingdom. The first step was to gather allies from neighboring insect kingdoms, many of which had been betrayed by Pyrrol's false promises. The army of the Winged Vengeance swelled in number, and soon they were prepared to strike. But Pyrrol was not unaware of the growing rebellion. He had spies everywhere, and when word reached him that the true princess had returned, he was enraged. He called upon his elite warriors, the dreaded Dark Mantises, who were known for their brutal strength and ruthless tactics. These warriors, trained in shadow arts and dark magic, would be the key to crushing the rebellion and securing Pyrrol's hold on the kingdom. The final battle took place under the cover of night, in the heart of the forest. The Winged Vengeance, led by Veloria, faced off against Pyrrol's forces in a clash of speed, skill, and power. The battle was fierce, with both sides suffering heavy losses. But Veloria's determination and the loyalty of her people carried them through. As the battle raged on, Veloria finally came face to face with Pyrrol. With her sharp forelegs, she struck a decisive blow, incapacitating him. As Pyrrol lay defeated, Veloria stood over him, her heart heavy with the knowledge of the damage he had caused to her kingdom. "You will be judged for your actions," she declared, before ordering his arrest. She knew that true justice wasn't about vengeance. It was about healing the wounds Pyrrol had inflicted on her people. With Pyrrol's reign of terror finally over, Veloria returned to the palace, where she was greeted with cheers from the people. The kingdom, once broken and divided, began to heal. Under Veloria's wise and compassionate leadership, the Praying Mantis Kingdom thrived once again. The forests grew lush, the people flourished, and the once oppressed found their voices. Veloria did not seek revenge for her past suffering. Instead, she worked tirelessly to ensure that no one would ever again have to endure the hardships she and her people had faced. Her leadership was marked by fairness, justice, and a deep sense of empathy for all the creatures of the kingdom, from the smallest ant to the largest beetle. And so, the story of Princess Veloria, the mantis who reclaimed her justice, was passed down through generations. It was told not just as a tale of war and victory, but as a reminder that true rulers do not rule with fear or tyranny, but with wisdom, compassion, and a deep sense of duty to those they govern. Her legacy lived on, a beacon of hope for all who believed in the power of justice, no matter how great the darkness may seem.